Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Today we are back here at the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber of Commerce, where they invite you to visit our charming New England villages with their lovely inns, bed and breakfasts, fine restaurants, and unique retail shops. Katie Blake, the president of the Chamber Board, will join us for a look at what they're up to. Keith Coughlin from the new London Barn Playhouse will give us a rundown of this year's summer shows. We'll see a video of a wonderful summer program for kids called Choose Love. And we'll close with a visit to Country Cobwebs in Warner. But first, a few words from one of the underwriters that makes your Yankee Chronicle possible. Please stay with us.
The American Red Cross blood supply is at historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation. Hospitals and patients are counting on donors to get the blood they need. Make a life-saving appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you this week from the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber, right here on Main Street in New London. Come on in and say hi. I'm now joined by the president of the board and the regional manager at Ledyard Bank, Katie Blake.
I'm so excited for you to be the president. How
Thank
exciting,
you.
Since January.
Yes.
That's very exciting. How are things going and what's new here at the chamber?
Things are going wonderfully. I'm very excited to have taken over the board seats.
Yes.
I've been on the board for about 4 years now, but just took over, as you said, as president in January.
Great.
We dove right in. We have a great board, so there's already been some significant traction with activities, thanks to our board members and, of course, our executive director, Ashley Rowley.
Yes.
So really my hope is just to continue with those efforts, community awareness, community involvement, all of those good things.
And it's so exciting, too, that now life's a little bit back to normal, so it makes your job a little bit easier as board president to be able to say, all right, what fun things can we do now? And there's no real limitations, which must be great.
You're so right. Thank God things are somewhat back to normal.
Yes.
And as you know, in this community, we're getting into our busy times.
Totally.
So we are ramping up to do, New London Hospital Days,
Yes.
the Black Flag Golf Tournament. So yeah, a business after hours, ribbon cuttings, all those exciting in-person things that we haven't been able to do for a while.
Really exciting. Ribbon cuttings is one that I always thought was kind of sad that needed to go away for a little bit, because as a business person in town, you want to be celebrated. That's so exciting to open your business, and you just couldn't do it. So it's so great to have everything back like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously the business openings are still happening, but
Right.
that quintessential moment of, woohoo, we're here, here's our ribbon cutting, hasn't been happening.
And celebrate as the chamber.
Absolutely.
Talk about being a chamber member. What a business out there that's always thought about it. What's the benefit? Why should someone join the chamber?
So it's interesting you asked that, because we're really taking a look at, our 250 current members, and
Nice.
we're always looking to build that. So we're also working with Ashley to develop Member 101 sessions, which basically will be sessions where folks can learn just that.
Yeah.
Why be a chamber member? We're always looking for new ones. It's really about, we serve 12 communities, which people don't really know.
Right.
So it's just creating awareness about your business, having exposure to other businesses and other resources, having Ashley as a resource.
Yes.
So a lot of people just don't know the ins and outs of what that means.
Yeah.
And we're working to create more exposure in that.
That's fantastic. 250 members, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And talk about those 12 towns. I mean, why is it so beneficial for somebody who has a business or is starting a business to have the support of 12 communities?
Because it's such a big reach.
Yeah.
A lot of chambers are 1 to 2 towns, whereas we're lucky enough to serve 12.
Right.
So whether it's Warner, Grantham, New London, so
Right.
there's just so many opportunities and so much more exposure.
Right. One thing I talked about with Ashley a few years ago was all the work she does with other chambers in the state, which I think is always a really interesting thing too that people don't really think about, is she's in contact with Claremont and Concord and can use resources for the members too, which is fantastic.
And she does just that. She
Yeah.
reaches out to all of her chamber peers and, collects information, bounces things. They work collaboratively together.
Yeah.
And it just adds that much more continuity with this chamber.
Well, one topic we love here, because we host the parade, is hospital days. And it'll be
Yes.
here before you know it.
I
Anything
know.
fun you want to tease? I know the planning stage is
No,
just beginning.
So obviously our favorite event is Meet the Chamber Night.
Yes.
You know, we're working on coming up with a theme, you know, that kind of coincides with what the theme of the Hospital Days is.
Yep.
That's our favorite event. And then we're thinking about maybe incorporating 1 or 2 new things, but we're still trying to decide.
Okay. Well, I know it's still a little early, but it gets here before you know it. So
it totally does.
Yeah, and obviously we love it. I know, it's so crazy. Anything else exciting happening you want to plug here at the Chamber?
I would just like to say that, like I said in the beginning, we have an amazing board of directors. We have a really diverse group of leaders, business leaders in the area, but we're always looking to fill a couple more spots.
Okay.
So I just encourage, if there's anyone that's interested, reach out to myself or Ashley and fill out that application.
Talk a little bit about being a board member too. What are the benefits of that?
We have an amazing board. I think I said that once or twice already. You know, the commitment is 1 board meeting a month.
Yeah.
It's on Tuesday mornings from 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
It's pretty, you know, consistent as far as like what the expectation is for that.
Good.
And then just being a part of different types of committees and being prepared to assist in any other areas that need it.
Fantastic. Well, Katie Blake, thank you so much as president of the board of giving us the rundown, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon as the seasons change here.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
thank you so much for having me.
If your business is not a member of our chamber, join up and take advantage of their many programs. When we return, we'll get a rundown of the shows and happenings for this summer at the new London Barn Playhouse. But first, these messages from another one of our underwriters that makes your Yankee Chronicle happen.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and backup generators. Their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
Welcome back to Your Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. Entering their 91st summer season, the new London Barn Playhouse has a great lineup of shows for us. Let's hear about them from Executive Artistic Director Keith Coughlin.
And welcome to the new London Barn Playhouse. It's such a thrill to be back in this building and thinking about the summer ahead as we get ready to celebrate the 91st summer season of producing musicals and plays within this wonderful and historic building. But it's a busy time here at the barn. We celebrate our first full year in the Fleming Center for Artistic Development, and we celebrate our educational programs, our performances that have happened in our wonderful new building here on Main Street, and I thank all of you who have attended or helped support that growth of the new London Barn. But just as we all know and love, our summers are coming here in New London, and we look forward to celebrating here within these wonderful historic walls of the Barn Playhouse. And this year is going to be no different than it has in the past, bringing in Broadway caliber talents from all over the country here to New London to celebrate on this wonderful stage. It's Broadway right here in your backyard, and it's not to be missed. We start out our season with our traditional Straw Hat Review, where we introduce our acting intern company to all of our community as we welcome them to New London. Next up is our first wonderful musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. And I tell you, this fun, entertaining, heartwarming piece is just going to leave you laughing and celebrating, thinking back to this elementary school spelling bee. It's going to get the whole community buzzing with excitement. It's not to be missed. Next up is the classic Guys and Dolls. It's been celebrated on this barn stage, and we're excited to bring it back to the community. Frank Lesser's music and lyrics makes New York City come alive with those gals and gamblers dancing and singing, and just a wonderful night of entertainment, classic Broadway musical. Next is our one-week play called Fully Committed, which I acknowledge many of you maybe don't know. Fully Committed is set in the basement of a 5-star New York City restaurant. You meet Sam, an unemployed actor, manning the lines of the reservations for this New York City restaurant. But the unique thing about Fully Committed, why you don't want to miss it, is that this actor who plays Sam does all of the voices in this production. The chef, the maitre d', everyone who calls in, 40+ voices by this one actor, helps provide for a riotous, humorous night of entertainment. Come enjoy that actor run the gauntlet and just leave with a smile on your face. We get to the heart of the middle of the summer, and we celebrate Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Opened on Broadway, this Broadway smash hit celebrated the legendary music icon Carole King. It's a night of wonderful entertainment where we follow the life and story of Carole King. But not only is it the heartwarming story of how Carole King became the musical icon that she was, it celebrates her music. All of those wonderful tunes that you know and love, and we could sing along with, just like we did last summer with Mamma Mia. Help come celebrate Carole King and her wonderful group of music that she produced, hit after hit. Next up is the wildly fun The Wedding Singer. This musical adaptation is based on the movie romantic comedy starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. This show is gonna take you back, nostalgic to the 1980s, full of rock and dance and humor. It's just gonna keep your toes tapping and your smiles coming. Lastly, to round out our 91st summer season, we celebrate the music of Billie Holiday, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. This show celebrates an intimate cabaret performance, one of her final performances, of the music and life of Billie Holiday. Heart-wrenching, touching, celebratory. We get to celebrate Billie Holiday coming to life on stage here in the Barn Playhouse. So the 91st season is not going to be a small one. We hope that you'll join us and be entertained here as you enter through these walls and celebrate the barn as you know and love. And if you've never been, we hope that you'll come check it out. So how do you join us? Don't miss checking out our website, nlbarn.org, for your way to purchase tickets and find out any information that you might need. You may also call our box office. This is Broadway right here in your backyard. It's not a summer in New London, in the Sunapee region, unless you come and be entertained with a show here at the Barn Playhouse. We look forward to welcoming you, and we hope to see you on the porch.
Thank you, Keith, and thank you to the Barn Playhouse for keeping this summer tradition alive. When we return, we'll see a video from a wonderful program for kids. But first, these words from the good folks that make our communities the great places they are, the businesses that support us, and the organizations you know and love.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded.
So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
your Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Last summer, a group of young artists came together to create a stage performance called Choose Love. Let's take a look at the video from it.
We have 5 days to turn a 15-page script with 7 musical numbers that will all be choreographed into a musical that celebrates the Choose Love formula, which is wonderful.
3, 1.
And the first day is a lot about just seeing where they're at right now. We try to have the kids not sitting around. We have them from 9 in the morning till 3. So we have Randy Armstrong, who's a world musician, or they're down with 2 of my graduate assistants doing theater games, or they are learning their solos with 2 of my other graduate students. And then out in the lobby, we have Deb Fairchild, who is a League of New Hampshire crafts person, along with Stacy Lucas and Nam, who is from Vietnam. He's a Fulbright scholar and visual artist, working with them. Those students that are new to this, we want them to have a great time and have fun, and not to have a lot of stress.
Everyone's coming in at different levels, skill levels. Some kids are more shy than others, but we've got 5 days to pull it together. And to work with Trish is to be a part of this like magical kind of tornado where everybody jumps in and you kind of have to step outside of your comfort zone.
We set a standard with them and we have expectations, and they're meeting them and exceeding them.
Trish knows people in the team very well, and she knows how to put the right person in the right position.
Excellent. Now we're going to build it because it's the last time. Forgiveness is a treasure.
What I love working with the young people is to get them to synchronize so that they have that sense of being a part of a large group, creating a solid single sound.
Choose Love was started by Scarlett Lewis. Scarlett Lewis's son, Jesse Lewis, was massacred at Sandy Hook. And Scarlett took that tragedy and turned it around into this incredible movement called the Choose Love movement that's now in over 120 countries all over the world. And we got writing back from all over the place that we use the children's writings to create the lines for the play. Choose Love is a true cluster project of Plymouth State University, which means that we're integrating the business community, we're integrating artists, we're integrating different organizations. We have the New Hampshire State Council on the Arts, the NEA, the National Endowment of the Arts, involved in this project. We have the Plymouth Park and Recs involved in this project, and we have the Common Man family of restaurants involved in this project.
I follow Trish wherever she goes and try to help her out, and it's the way the community works. I'm just one of them.
The artistry that is and the collaboration that's going on in this short period of time is so breathtaking.
The reason why I was excited about it is I got to do something new. I haven't really worked with projections, so I have been working with projections. I'll be working with some lighting design.
Trish wanted me to do 5 different pieces of music based on courage, gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion.
I'm also dancing to 4 pieces that were composed by Randy Armstrong. What's really cool about that is that we took these 4 words, and then we also have a video slideshow behind it, and then when I was asked to join as a choreographer, Trish asked, actually, could you dance to these as well?
Right now we've been starting with the lines into songs and blocking those so that we know where the song needs to begin. I do have a lot of pressure to move the process forward so that we have Thursday afternoon and all of Friday to run it and run it.
And then you're gonna bring your arms out. That you give to you. Yeah.
And run it and run it and show the kids how it all weaves together. because right now it's individual songs and individual lines, but it has to become a whole. And we have this international organization, the Choose Love movement, that's supporting this project. I am so incredibly proud of this group. Scarlett Lewis just arrived. Now, she was the lady who founded the whole organization that we've been partnering with.
She's gonna love it.
She spent the last 10 years of her life dedicated to helping children like you learn about courage and about gratitude and about forgiveness and about compassion, so that what happened to her son doesn't happen to anyone else. Find yourself in the middle of a fight. You know what to do, you know what is right. Choose love and go the right way. Choose love and all you do or say. Choose love and don't walk away. Choose love. When you start each new day, choose love.
Thank you, Trish Lindberg and the Tiger crew for making this production possible. This year's program is June 26th through 30th at the Flying Monkey in Plymouth. They are doing a show called Team Up Together. For more information, call 603-535-2647 or email tiger-pcu@plymouth.edu. When we come back, we'll visit Country Cobwebs in Warner, an eclectic gift store. First, another unique business that underwrites your show and keeps us coming to you. Stay with us.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Welcome back to your Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel. We visited this interesting business in Warner a couple years ago. Tell us about it, Destiny.
This store has been around for 30 years in this town. It used to be at the bottom of Kearsarge Mountain, and then it moved to this location. It is basically a staple of the community because it's part of the community. It takes consignments, and everything in the store is all locally made. So it's made in New Hampshire somewhere, or even if it's a company, it's from New Hampshire. So I recently took over the store. Me and my father actually bought it. The lady who had it before us was for sale, and we took one look at it and we fell in love. So we figured that we'd love to be a part of this community and would love to be part of Warner. I have my master's in business management. I was a manager of K Jewelers for a few years, and I ran bed and breakfasts and things like that. So I've done a lot of management, and everything here is, we have handmade cards, we have t-shirts that have, Warner or Kearsarge Mountain on it. We have jams, jellies, we have a local barbecue sauce where the gentleman actually comes and does a demo of the sauce and cooks a little bit for us, which is pretty neat. We have lots of different koozies and quilts and things like that for the house, so lots of home decor. Lots of different food items, and one of our favorite things are all the things that have New Hampshire on it. Our New Hampshire cutting boards and our New Hampshire glasses and things like that. Yep, so we are looking for more consignments of local people that, are great at crafts and things like that. Anybody that has anything they want to bring in, they can, because we want the community to be part of it. So we do have a web page. It is countrycobwebs.com, and then we have a Facebook page, which you can just type in Country Cobwebs and we pop up. We also are on Google and Yelp, so if they need to find directions to us. We are right on Main Street in Warner. We're right across the street from the Telephone Museum and the library. So we have a spring into Warner coming up, and we're literally right on the main street, so we're going to be part of everything. So it's going to be very easy to find. There's also, they can always message or they can call if they need directions or anything. The phone number is 603-456-3200.
Thank you, Destiny. They are open Wednesdays through Sunday afternoons. You can check out their Facebook page for more details. Next week, Yankee Chronicle will again be coming to you from the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber of Commerce here on Main Street in New London, where you can check out a full calendar of activities and cultural events no matter the season. Join us for another edition of your Who, What, Where, and When show of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region as Ashley Rowley tells us about the Chamber's Business After Hours program and other benefits. We'll get a rundown of activities for the year from the New Hampshire Telephone Museum. And we'll hear from the Kearsarge Neighborhood Partners about their mission. Don't miss our Game of the Week second season as we revisit games from the past year. Our next football game is the football matchup from number 3 Bishop Brady at number 2 Newport in this semifinal clash. All our games replay at noon and 7 p.m. on Sundays and Mondays. Check out ycnnow.com for the most up-to-date schedules and on-demand viewing of all of our shows. I'm Abby Peel. Join us again next week at the same time for another Yankee Chronicle.